Please welcome Adrian.
Thank you, Lasse. Good morning. Thank you, Lasse, for the kind welcome. Okay. Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here. I guess the people present here did not go to the party and are freshly this morning. It's a special moment for me as I'm attending my first Codegarden and also speaking at it. My name is Adrian, and we are now together kicking off the second day of Codegarden in Codegarden. With my presentation, the name's DXP, Composable DXP. So if it sounds like a James Bond movie title, it's because of the mystery aura that is surrounding the DXP concept. Basically, ever since I started releasing my first blog posts in Umbraco HQ, people have started asking questions about DXP and what's Composable DXP and what's actually happening in our area of the neighborhood. So I'm here today in front of you to shed some light into this concept. Now, surely you've heard over the couple of days talking about or whispering DXP, Composable DXP. And though the name of the presentation might suggest that you're into something similar, don't be afraid. It's just a metaphor to keep the suspense going. But first, to introduce myself, I've started working in Umbraco December 1st, 2021 as a lead integration engineer. I'm working remotely from Iași, Romania. Before that, I've been consulting as a freelance development consultant since the autumn of 2019. During this period, I started developing various Umbraco projects for mostly Danish customers. And having previous experience working with CMS and given the scalability and extensibility of the product, we got chemistry. I got hyped up on the new friendly CMS, so that when opportunity presented itself to join HQ, I embraced it immediately. So 6 months into the making, here I am in front of you. Now, when I joined in December and seeing all the other HQers that have joined previously before me or during the same period, it was kind of strange because everybody had a strong community background and knowledge of the product. So I can say that I'm a rookie or a different breed, if I may quote the suits. So if I can use an automotive metaphor, I'm basically working under the hood and getting oil dirty. So from time to time, I forgot how it's to take the product for a spin on the highway. Otherwise, I've been spending around 14 years in an extremely dynamic IT ecosystem in a city that has evolved extraordinary over this period. Gaining experience in both small and large companies that have taught me a lot and modeled my approach to the projects that I'm involved in. Okay, but to get WTF is DXP. So when I first joined the company, I had little knowledge of the concept. Basically, only the acronym itself resonated in my mind, so I had to look it up. Thankfully, I related to this definition, which is from Forrester, because you've heard already about Gartner yesterday several times. So these are quite a lot of details. To keep it short, the truth is that in today's digital world, organizations need to stay competitive by building relationships through communication, providing a multi-channel experience for users to support organizations in delivering the best experience to their customers. So in an effort to build the best relationships between customers, partners, and employees, Umbraco tries to develop the best tech ecosystem to support this. So personally, I think of DXP as the expansion tool of the CMS, providing a fully integrated and seamless digital experience across channels and devices throughout the entire customer journey. So we try to deliver a set of integrated technology components that together provide the tools to create, manage, and deliver digital experiences customers love. So our value is determined by how long it takes to launch experiences, how easy it is to use them, and the quality of the products. So how do we achieve these goals? Pretty simple, like this. Speed and power is great, but a key component is to act pragmatic. So basically, the word comes from pragmaticus, from Latin, meaning skilled in business. So I couldn't help but using this as a reference to the book, The Pragmatic Developer, written by Andy Hunt and Dave Thomas. Okay. Before I deep dive into the custom integrations we have been working on, I'll just take a moment and highlight a key component of the system, which is the OAuth Proxy for Umbraco integrations. So as we strive to build packages that are flexible and extendable, we also have to adapt to all scenarios and to the integration options of the providers we want to showcase. Common access control mechanisms include API keys, access token, or OAuth protocols. So the purposes behind this custom proxy solution was to have a single Umbraco application in the marketplaces of the partners and have the client secret of those apps, as you might imagine, kept secret. So this proxy acts as a security hub between the Umbraco web application and the authorization server of the partner by routing the pipeline through the OAuth proxy. The access details we receive, like access token or refresh token, if it's the case, are sent back to the Umbraco web application, persisted into the database, and then used with subsequent query requests made to the API. And now, in the words of my favorite actor, Matthew McConaughey, all right, let's get started with some of the integrations we have been working on. First one is HubSpot, a software as a service solution designed to help businesses grow their web presence with a special emphasis on enabled marketers, providing a wealth of services for customer relationship management, services accessible to third-party applications via API. So the first integration for CMS, this one I would like to extend credits to Franz de Jong and the team from Team Web Wonders that have worked on this integration. And it resulted in a form picker and rendering component for HubSpot forms. Basically, an editor is able to select a HubSpot form, and then it gets rendered on the website as a client-side embedded form. Access to their API, it is managed through API key or through OAuth protocol. So also, as HubSpot has recently opened data centers across Europe, the rendering component has been extended to support this also. The next package for HubSpot, targeting Umbraco forms, this one is credited to Warren Buckley. It is a custom workflow that allows form entries to be mapped against a HubSpot contact record. Basically, the data that gets submitted from a form is passed to HubSpot, where it will create or update a contact record. Now, a different SAS solution is SEMRush, which targets basically marketers providing online visibility management and content marketing through a single platform on all key channels. And we have used from SEMRush the keyword research tool, which basically studies the keywords that you want to find more information about and provides you with different details that you can use. This basically resulted in a SEMRush extension for Umbraco that embeds the API and the research tool in a custom content app, enhancing the editing experience. Some of the key features that the API returns are search volume, keyword difficulty, results on search engine results page, SERP features, CPC, and COM. Okay, next one in the list, well, basically Shopify, the name speaks for itself. It is a solution that allows customers to create shops both online and offline. It consists of two main areas: the basic Shopify, intended for starters, entrepreneurs, small or medium businesses, and the addition, which is Shopify Plus, mainly intended for enterprises, high-volume merchants, and large businesses. We have integrated with the RESTful admin API, which allows us to read the products from a specific store. Regarding the version, the API, Shopify has every 3 months releasing a new version, so you might want to keep up to date if you are trying to use our package. And the final result was a back-office product picker that can be added as a property editor for content, with a value converter, providing a strongly typed model for rendering and also a rendering component. Similar packages to this one are, for example, Commerce Tools that provides a product and category picker. This is credited to Soren Kotal from eCreo for building it. And BigCommerce, which was created by Crusoe and targets Umbraco 9 and 10. Okay. Whew. This is a quite interesting one, because it's my personal favorite. Now, the actual work that was put into this and the actual labor immediately takes me to think about a Greek poem, Homer's Odyssey, because there the hero Ulysses tries to return to its home island of Ithaca after a hard-fought war with Troy. And it takes him 10 years and many, many challenges to get back home. So it wasn't that dramatic for us, although it might sound. But we also had to conquer a couple of challenges along the way. Yeah, Zapier is a workflow automation platform, automating the use of web applications together. One of the core concepts is the so-called Zap, which consists of a trigger and more actions. A trigger is an event that starts a Zap, and an action is what your Zap does for you. So when a Zap runs, each action it completes counts as one task. So there is a big chance that you have encountered automation, either if it is an automatic email before a calendar event, that's automation, or you receive a text message when a subscription expires, or you have an upcoming appointment, that's also automation. Okay, how is the data flowing between Umbraco and Zapier? So the user goes into the Zapier interface, selects the Umbraco beta application. Why beta? Because we just launched it and we need to get to 50 Zaps running successfully to advance to the next stage. So I will highly appreciate if you can help us once we release this and start creating, evaluating, provide any feedback. It will be more than welcomed. Okay, and we are handling 2 use cases: when a new content gets published or a new form is submitted. Thank you. Okay, so basically, when a new Zap is created, it is powered by a webhook subscription that either watches for data as it comes in, or it has a polling get API to monitor at a certain period if something new has come. So initially, the polling was not an option, so we went to the first version. So the plan was, the app was in development mode. You were creating the Zaps, you were getting a webhook URL that we wanted then to use in our 2 packages that we were developing. So everything worked seamlessly, the connectivity was okay, all good. But as one of Murphy's laws, if something can go wrong, will go wrong, we are starting to prepare to publish the application. We go through all Zapier's validation processes, and we hit a certain point where when you create the triggers, you have a section of endpoints that were marked as optional that I might have ignored a little bit. Didn't think they were too relevant. And as the joke says, the surgery was successful, but the patient died. We got completely blocked. So after understanding exactly what happened and how we can unblock this, we went back to the drawing board and turned around the integration a little bit. So now, basically, we monitor 2 types of entities from Umbraco. So after you have selected one of the triggers, you go ahead and select a content type or a form that you want to monitor. You get back from the Umbraco web application a draft of a content item or form. And then once you have created the Zap, set up the actions, and turn on the Zap, webhook subscription is registered in the Umbraco database. And following these actions, the registered webhooks can be then visualized in a custom dashboard interface that shows the mappings between the Umbraco entity, either if it's content or form, and the subscription hook. The features below are basically the ones that I've just presented earlier. Regarding the authentication between the Umbraco app and Zapier, we offer support either by using a back office user's credentials or through an API key that is saved in the configuration file of your Umbraco website. The forms package, the data related to this one is also visualized in the previous dashboard. We currently support 2 entities, content and forms, but the package is extendable, so it can target any other entities within Umbraco. One very important observation, this package is intended to act as an add-on to the CMS one, as most of the functionalities, database operations, and API handling is managed over there. So this will not work as a standalone package, but together with the CMS one. Okay. Next one in the list, Google Search Console. So nothing much to say about Google. Google Search Console is a free service that will help you monitor, maintain, and troubleshoot your site's presence in Google search results. We have integrated with the URL inspection tool component, resulting content app that will give you details on the indexed version of a specific page. Basically, what you can read in the Google interface in their console, you get that information through the API in this custom content app. So in a recent turn of events, I recently received last night confirmation from Google that our application got approved. So it will be now publicly accessible in their marketplace. Okay, last one on the list is Emergent Pay, which is basically a new integration that brings something new to the table as we tackle handling payment gateways through Umbraco forms. The result is a custom workflow where you can provide the customer mappings, redirect URLs in case of success, failure, or cancel, notification handling for payments, and a new feature that will come with Umbraco Forms releases, which is redirecting to external URL. Basically, when you submit a form, after you have created all the mappings and set up the custom workflow, you receive a redirect URL from the payment provider, use that to redirect to the payment page, and then, depending on what you have set up in that interface, you will be redirected accordingly. So, as you can see, all packages, almost all of them are targeting version 8 and 9. I would like to extend my credits to Kevin Jump and the package team that have developed, elaborated actually a guide on how to migrate your packages from V8 to V9. Okay. And hopefully I entertained you and found out a little bit more information of what we're actually doing. If you want to get in touch with me, you can find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, either send me an email or look up the blog post when I joined the company. Thank you.